Yeah, I mean, he's going to be eligible now to get grants from this program. And so, and that's the thing. I mean, I think it's a really smart thing what they did. On the one hand, there would be some times where the legislature will actually just want to earmark money directly to a private group. The problem is like, okay, you're going to pay salaries for some group. It's like, well, shouldn't you be doing that? So sometimes we have to veto those, and actually probably most of the times we do that just because it's getting us a little bit off kilter about what's government and what's private. But in a situation like this, we have the program. They can apply for grants. And they are already in this game, and they're going to be able to, I think, administer those funds more efficiently than if we ran it all through DCF or DJJ. And so I think it was a smart thing what they did to harness the good work that's already been done. And I think this will be effectively a force multiplier for a lot of these groups. And so whatever they've been able to do, which has been great, they're now going to be able to do more going forward. Yes, sir. Sure. Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, the funding of these small private schools, our ability to take children who are Title I students, to bring them into our school. There's not a lot of red tape in order to become like a leader within that school. I'm able to model black leadership so that the young students, these students, again, they be in the free lunch program. They be in schools, some of the public schools in the low-income areas are challenged. But them being under our auspices, we're able to have a direct impact. As a father, I'm able to have a direct impact over a bunch of kids because of your policies. That family empowerment scholarship, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that statewide leaders would take the initiative to go ahead and start some of these micro schools, these smaller private schools, and have an impact on these young lives. Because it's happening at our schools because of you, Governor. I appreciate you.
Oh, we're happy to do it, I think. I think we've really been committed to the idea that, we want to empower parents with the ability to direct the education of their kids to the fullest extent possible. And, you look at people, you go down certain neighborhoods here, very, very nice. They're going to be able to do it. Obviously those parents have choice. But if you talk about some of our low-income parents, you talk about, quite frankly, the absence of fathers. A lot of times you'll have single moms who are having to work and then also have to raise kids, and it's a tough juggling act, and they may not have the financial wherewithal to go to the school of their choice. And so this scholarship basically lifts them up and gives them the same choice that people who were maybe higher income would have, and I think that's been a great thing. I think it's encouraged entrepreneurship within the educational realm. I mean, you're talking about not just private schools. We've seen a lot of charter schools and that movement. About doing things that are unique that a big school district just may not have the flexibility to do. And so parents can choose that or they cannot choose it. But I also think that the fact that Florida's a choice state has lifted up the school district's performance too. We were just ranked in the latest Education Week rankings #3 for K-12 achievement. I can tell you, I went to school right across the bay in Pinellas County, and Florida was not considered in the top at that time at all. And we've done a lot. And, I've been somebody that is really been supportive of school choice and empowering parents. But I also understand, because I went through, most people are going to go to their local school that's in the school district. So we've done things like have the largest teacher pay increases that we've seen in a generation in the state of Florida. We did $1,000 bonus for every principal and teacher in 2021. We had $800 million in teacher salary increases. Categorically in the budget this year, we've been able to expand apprenticeships, do things for workforce training. I mean, you look at some of these kids that get these skills. Walmart just is doing $110,000 for the starting truck drivers now. So we've been doing things like that to provide opportunities across the board. We're proud of what we've done with the speaker's leadership on early literacy. The fact of the matter is, if kids are reading at grade level by grade 3, the chance of them succeeding academically is very, very high. If they're deficient by grade 3, the chance of them dropping out, not performing up to standards, those chances increase dramatically. You know, it's interesting. We have all these debates like you've seen recently about like, oh, you know, you got to be teaching kindergartners and first graders transgender, all this stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? We should be focusing on reading. We should be focusing on writing. We should be focusing on science and math and the key things that are going to be able to lift these kids up and let them realize their God-given potential. So we're proud of what we've done on early literacy. We want to make sure that the schools are equipped to be able to do. I know those books went out, right, with everything, so kids who can't afford are getting books sent to them. So we've done a lot on education, and a lot of it's on. And oh, by the way, our state university system's ranked #1 in the nation 5 years in a row by U.S. News and World Report. And part of why I'm proud of that is because we don't let them raise tuition. So you actually can afford to go to the University of South Florida or University of Florida or all these other schools without going $100,000 in debt. And I think that's very important because you have so many kids that were basically told just get a piece of paper, go as deep into debt as possible, and the seas are going to part for you. Well, that hasn't happened over the last generation, and that's been a millstone, I think, around the necks of a lot of our young people. So, yes, higher education in addition to the trades and all that, but it's got to be affordable. It's got to be something that you don't have to, the family doesn't have to go into the poorhouse just to get somebody through 4 years of a university. And so we've been able to do that. We're doing more. There's a lot of good stuff in this year's budget that we'll be talking about. We also had some higher ed reforms, which I think will make the system even better. And I haven't gotten that bill yet, but there's a lot of positive things that I've seen in that. So we're doing really the whole 9 yards. But yes, if we can go in and help particularly low income, and it's not even, I mean, it's usually a single mother, usually has multiple kids. You know, let's let her make the best decision that she can, and not just say this is all you get. And I think when you empower people, you end up getting kids in the best school for them, and I think the results are better. And also, you know, when you guys are able to be more innovative, you know, some of the stuff is kind of the X's and O's of what academics is all about. For sure, it's important. But you have the ability to talk about God and character and things that really serve as the foundation of these young people. And there's parents that want that foundation for their kids. But if you don't make enough money, what? You just don't have options? No, in Florida, we're saying you have the options to do that. And so I think that overall mission is lifting people up. And I think we've really been the model across the country for what it means to meaningfully stand by parents, meaningfully empower parents, and then in the process, create an educational system that's performing, you know, much better than it would have without those meaningful supports and choice. Okay, everybody, thank you. God bless.